Hi Sagittarius, welcome into your video. Okay, we're going to be reading, guys, from the 10th to the 18th. So basically the second week of December going into the 3rd. Let's see what your situation is for Sagittarius, please. You guys are on fire. Happy birthday, Saggies. Happy birthday. Ten of Swords. That's on your mind. An ending and or a betrayal. Thinking about where to cut your losses. All right. All the fun energies will say no one ever. But it looks like somebody's going to rush in and communicate with you and put all your cards on the table. So it's having a relationship based on truth and honesty. So you guys are going to put it all out there. But understand that the Five of Swords is when you are sacrificing something, but you're not left empty-handed. It's not a full-blown loss. Meaning you let go of this energy and you go towards a new one. All right? Or you give up your inner peace or your peace of mind and you just deal with the bullshit at home and stay with them. Whatever it is for you, there's a sacrifice to be made. But you're thinking about the ending and the betrayal there. Now, moving on. Let's see what's coming in for you guys. And obviously, we're going to see a lot more details when we clarify. Hang in there. What's coming in towards my Saggies, please? The Queen of Wands, which is basically you. I don't need all these cards. Thank you. The Emperor, Three of Cups, and the Queen of Wands. Emperor is an Aries energy. It doesn't mean you necessarily are dealing with an Aries person, but you are dealing with somebody of authority or comes off as one. Sometimes this can actually be our fathers, mentors, bosses, but maybe it is an Aries. Others of you, it's just somebody in your life. I don't know if perhaps some of you were having an affair with this individual, or others of you, this is just... I just see fire here between the two of you. Two fire powers. And maybe perhaps you're thinking about a reconciliation with your fire. There's another Aries card at the bottom of the deck, the Fool. You're going to take some kind of risk, though. Interesting. What is it that Sagittarius doesn't see coming their way, please? Seven of Swords and Five of Pentacles. Okay. Because of this ending and betrayal that's in a cross, naturally the Five of Pentacles is going to be in the cross. You feel really left out in the cold. And like, how can I explain this? All right. This is when you break up and you just feel like, oh, there's all the families getting together and they're all on the in crowd and you're on the out. It sucks. Or it feels like, I'll give the dumbest example, like my daughter on a sports team. You know, they're all winning and say she doesn't. She feels like she's left out in the cold because it's the inner winner's circle, right? I'm not saying that happened, but I'm trying to give you the varying degrees of the situation or circumstance. It definitely feels like this is what's challenging you. That feeling, that knowing. Others of you, maybe it's a financial situation that has you strapped, right? But you're either sneaking around, ghosting somebody, or you're strategizing something financially. Seven of Swords. These are the things we do in the shadows. These are the things we do quietly. It's not like if you're going to strategize something at work, you're not telling your colleagues or your boss, because obviously you don't want them taking the credit from you either. Some of you could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy too. I see this King of Swords over here. And you're weighing your pros and cons in regards to them and or a marriage here. But I do see you going back and forth, freaking out, stressing out, wanting to tell the truth here to somebody in your fire. Let's continue. What's the advice here for Sagittarius, please? Queen of Cups and the Knight of Cups. You need to come from your heart chakra right about now, Sagittarius. You can't be thinking about, your fire and your passion and, being on an independent, like flitting about from here to there and nowhere. You got to open your heart space, right? You got to be the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is somebody who's emotionally mature and available, okay? Emotionally available. And being emotionally available means like dealing with the difficult conversations, the tough stuff, right? It could be like, oh God, I don't want to, but you have to, right? You need to go somewhere and have a heart-to-heart conversation with your person. It's needed, absolutely needed. You hang in there. Don't give up. See something from a different perspective, another point of view, their point of view. You're like, don't be defending them. But what if I am, because this would work out in your betterment? What is the outcome of the week here for Sagittarius? Page of Wands, the High Priestess, the Knight of Wands. Oh, there's a lot of cards. Ace of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. What? All right, there's two fronts I'm seeing here for you, Sagittarius. And maybe I'm going to read it for the person where they're dealing with two people, because I cannot not talk about that because I see it here. And then I'm going to talk about the person that's only dealing with one person. This King of Wands, someone fiery, passionate, charismatic, attractive, hot and spicy. They're fire. They're like you. They vibe like you, okay? They're offering you a solid new start, okay? This Ace of Pentacles is no joke. Maybe some of you, it's an actual new job, all right? Flash in the pan? Not so much. Maybe this person came in hot to trot. Maybe it was, it started off as a fling or an affair, and now a solid offer is on the table. Meanwhile, you guys are dealing with something else and someone else in the interim, because I see you at the bottom of the deck trying to make a judgment call on a relationship or a situationship where it got stale and boring. Boom, the tower goes down. But guess what now? You're unstuck. But you're resisting because your heart is broken. And then you become very vulnerable to the point where you don't open up to somebody. Now let's talk about it in the case of you just with one person. There's somebody here who's offering you a solid new beginning, right? Because this was somebody that stopped talking to you for a little while because of whatever was going on in your world. You need to make a judgment call on this individual, because it has to elevate, because it got to the point where it wasn't growing anymore. It was time to move on to the next level. But then you have a fight and or breakup. Now, mind you, this is at the back of the deck. This is coming in December. It's not on the table, because this is what's happening here now, right? So you're going to get curious at the end of the week, and you're going to, because with somebody you're not even talking to, or you're not talking about the elephant in the room, in regards to something that was flingy, but this person who's available for a relationship offers you something solid. Interesting. All the fire signs there, except for maybe Leo. High Priestess is Pisces. See Aries multiple times. And that's it for now. All right. Why is the Five of Swords here and the Ten of Swords? The Emperor, which is also in the next position. You want to wrap up a chapter here. So you're thinking about some ending and betrayal, maybe perhaps with your Aries person, or you're thinking about your Aries person, but you're definitely trying to make some sort of sacrifice, because that's a wrap, folks. New chapter about to begin. What is the Queen of Wands, the Emperor, and the Three of Cups, please? Six of Swords, mentally disengaging and moving on from this energy. Maybe perhaps you are trying to reconcile with somebody, but now you're making that final judgment call on the person you invested a lifetime with, or that feels like you did, right? So here you're going to go have a heart-to-heart conversation in regards to your marriage or your commitment, or about a marriage and a commitment. 100%. Look at the Ten of Cups. I love it. I love it. What is the Five of Swords and the Seven of Swords? This, you feeling left out in the cold, you feel betrayed. Or maybe you're doing it, because there's definitely somebody stepping out here or ghosting. And you're getting curious as to why. You're starting to stalk. What are you manifesting? Lovers is not your spouse. They're not your partner. Queen of Cups, Knight of Cups. Two of Pentacles. You really need to weigh your pros and cons. Do you love this person? Do you want this person? Then go have a heart-to-heart conversation and stick through being emotionally supportive, open, and available. Please heed the advice. Text them. Say we should meet. And then go and talk to them. Emotional. Not mental. Not rational. Not like, but you did this and you... Be available. Ace of Pentacles, King of Wands, all these wands. Wow, all the court cards of the wands. Page of Wands, Knight of Wands, and King of Wands. Hello, the House of Wands. The Lovers. Well, I'll be damned. No, I knew this was coming out. Oh my God. And then the King of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. You have blocks, obstacles, challenges, obviously, with your lover. Why? I don't know. What are those challenges? Maybe you're already married to somebody else, or you're committed somewhere else, or they are. Or you stop talking to them and it's like killing you. But somebody here is ready to leave and move forward. You could be just, saying, all right, I'm just going to stay focused on me. I'm going to get my internal shit together, take my risks so I can go heal. I'm going to tell you something. Shit's about to change. There's going to be a runner-chaser dynamic here very soon. Letting you know that. What was the Ace of Pentacles, though? Oh. Somebody drops their guard and offers you a solid new start. I don't know what you're going to do, though. You're curious. When you get that offer, you're going to get curious as to when you get this offer from said person, they ride in and tell you, not even waiting, they're flying off with passion. You get curious. Well, why? You're either using your intuition, but you're like, now listen, like, what do they want? It's definitely your lover. Or the lover is the block and issue here. Let's see what we're going to talk about. If those of you who, I don't know, for the extended reading, the links are down below. For members, it's Let's Get Dinner. Those are the ones who have the all access. I'm going to start adding the fire signs all under one group. All right, so that subscription will be down there. So So if there is a reading and you subscribe to the subscription, because there's membership subscription and a single one-off, the subscription is going to be all the fire signs: Aries, Leo, Sag. So if you just want to look at only fire, it's worth it. If you're looking at multiple signs because you look at your other planetary alignments, like your rising and your moon, then maybe all access is good for you. I'm curious anyway. Leave me your comments down below. I'm always open to feedback on this. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Don't go chasing people because of it's, the safe route. Love yourself first. And that's that. And everybody will follow. Hands down, easily. All right. Let's see what the Wisdom House of Night has for you. And then that's that. Wisdom House of Night. What say you for Sagittarius, please? Chaos. This I love. Someone is creating chaos that is not your shit. All right? Don't get entangled in it. Don't get caught up in the loop of it. Take a step back and let that person's own chaos work their way through, okay? A storm is brewing and misunderstandings are all too common as chaos swirls around your life right now. My child, you have nothing to fear. I'm here to remind you that after a storm, the air is cleared and life will begin again, even better than before. The silly thing is, if you refuse to take shelter, you're going to get soaked and you might have to repair a lot of damage. If you created the chaos, you will have to clean it up. But if others are the cause, you must step out of the way and wait for the storm to pass. You'll be glad that you did. A good thing to say to yourself is, no drama for this mama, or no drama for this young man. All right, guys. I'll see you over there at Extended. Everyone else, I'll see you on the next reading.